For me, I feel like something unusual has happened, and I'm fortunate once again to introduce somebody who long ago asked me not to read out my profile. I still remember those words. 2 years.
Good morning, everyone. So we welcome you. I request you to address the gathering. The kids are waiting for you. Just don't want to take any more time from them.
Children, two of them. Where are the two children?
Vivas and Falgun.
Falgun and Vivas. Sarigar.
Good morning, everybody. So we have visited Sir's camp in the month of October. It was so amazing. Before visiting camp, I never had a self-confidence, or maybe, to be honest, self-respect. So I never believed in myself. So after seeing him, I had a scope that I can achieve something in my life. Not exactly my goal, but at least something which makes my parents and Sir also happy. And also Sir is a person I can't express in one word. He is a living Wikipedia or encyclopedia, moving encyclopedia. Also we can say that he has an ocean of knowledge, that is not a salty kind of thing, it's pure one. And I'm happy that I have gone to his camp. That's it, thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Sir, Madam, and everyone present over here. I'm Vivas, and here I'm going to share my experience in the Nadavil camp. So, as I went there, first thing Sir sent me to the surroundings to ask people to take interviews. There I learned how to take interviews and gather information from people. I gathered many information. In fact, I saw how a typical village looks like. We lived in a typical village, and we also went for trekking. It was very much fun. And as Falgun said, Sir is not just an encyclopedia but also a dictionary. He is proficient in English language, and he in fact told me the meanings of many words I didn't know. In fact, he taught me how to watch a movie. I didn't know how to watch a movie. He says watching movie is learning time. That's the time when you learn. You take a book and take a pen, jot down all the words that you don't know, and then later find out their meaning. Find out new things, new locations, new places. And he even taught me how to read a newspaper. And there I learned new culture of Kerala. I didn't know how Kerala looks like. It was my first experience, and I felt very happy. Thank you.
Before the slide moving off, I would like to say something, sir. She was in 8th class when she met you, and you can see you are giving a lot of that confidence. And today she is my head girl of this school. So she is in 10th class. So she is a live example to all the Vidyarithiyans here. She is Agnes.
Good morning to one another. Well, 2 years before when I attended your class, it was very amazing. You asked us to come to this platform and speak something where I was not having any confidence. From that moment when you gave confidence, from that moment I started speaking everywhere and whenever I can. Well, sir, thank you so much for giving me confidence. Well, because of that, I got confidence to become a head girl of the school and have a lot of responsibility responsibility to speak, do it here. Thank you so much.
Lifting like this 2 times to come, but then she sat, we moved her up.
Sir is our correspondent, sir.
Respected today's guest, TPS Sisikumar Garu, and our student Dr. Durga Adusha, Principal Madam, teachers, and dear children. First of all, I would like to convey my thanks to Sisikumar Garu. In a short notice, he accepted our invitation and was ready to come to our school. It is a great honor, sir. I also convey my congratulations to Anusha for all her excellence awards. And we rarely find such personalities to our school. Hope you all will take this opportunity and become a bright future of this country. So I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Anisha would like to start. You first or sir first? लखनऊ का नवाब पहला प्लीज.
Namaskaram to all of you. Namaskaram. I remember last year, February, January, when I visited Hyderabad after few months of gap. It is Anusha's father who took initiative to take me to different places. And it was one of the schools where I visited. I used to go to different engineering colleges and give talk. But then, prior to that, I used to be in schools. I worked in 2 engineering colleges. One in Aurora in Hyderabad, Bongir. And then in Kerala, one of the engineering colleges, where I found most of the students who are in a normal engineering college are not really good. They are all waste. Students are waste, and the most wasteful students who don't get a job will go for MTech, and those wasteful people will become professors in colleges. So you can imagine that's what's happening. Most of the engineering colleges professors must not have seen a factory. They have never gone to a professional job, and they make professionals. Right? You look at who goes for MTech. Those who don't get a job after BTech goes for MTech. That's what generally happens. And if they are really good, they don't stay in Hyderabad. They'll be in US. Right? There are many colleges where they run MTech programs, and those students will never go to college. They give attendance. College is also happy because nobody has to teach. You don't require teachers there to teach. I know what happens in engineering colleges. I know what happens in Hyderabad and in Kerala also. 2 places I worked. Then I decided better to go back to younger children and then pick up at least a few who will become real gem. It was on such an occasion when I went to one of the engineering colleges where I met Anusha. It was in 2010. I went for inaugurating a computer association program. My field is computer science those days. And then she was in contact with me. That's how we got into interaction. That time we had few local camps in Hyderabad. I stayed in Malkajgiri. Thanks to Telangana strike, most of the colleges were not working. Lot of holidays. So generally when holidays are there, students will go in for movie. Let's say the maximum number of movie theaters are in Hyderabad in the world. Because there are a lot of engineering colleges. Right? Anusha will tell that story much dramatic than me, don't worry. You will appreciate that. But I wanted few children who will love to learn. And generally in engineering, people think that they have only engineering subjects. They also have different subjects. professor of an engineering college. The college asked me which department you want to become professor. So I got an appointment order from the college without mentioning the department. I could teach in any department. So I used to teach in electronics, computer science, mechanical, and most of the subjects like maths, physics, chemistry and English. I used to teach 6 hours or 8 hours. The timing for a professor to teach is only 1 hour, but what I used to do 6 times more. Because of my passion is teaching, and all the time I look for some students who have got a spark in learning. So 2 years in an engineering college, what I achieved is only one student who went to Indian Institute of Science for a master's program. Rarely you will see somebody from a normal engineering college going to a Indian Institute of Science for master's program. He used to come to my house and sit on Saturdays, Sundays and then prepare. And he reached there, he was having really, heartbeat was more. But I had few senior students, I told, don't worry, you stay with them. Go 1 day or 2 days early. Ask them what sort of questions they'll get. That's how they get trained. He called me from there and said, I'm really have a tough time. I don't know how to appear for interview. I said, don't worry. If you don't get, no problem. You will anyway do MTech in some other place. The interview board asked him, you are not fit for master's program. You give another application. We will take you for PhD direct. And what did I do in Aurora Engineering College probably is only one student becoming like that. That's it. And he now finished PhD, almost at the verge of finishing PhD. He makes software faster than what it could run in any laptop or any of the systems. Makes it much more faster. So his contribution is how a software can be made much faster than normally it will run. That's what he did. He's a computer science man. I remember when my son went to Indian Institute of Science to present a paper, he stayed with this boy. So that's a relationship. We have a senior who has got a junior, who has got another junior, and that relationship is through probably somewhere we have a spark which picks up. So why do I go to different institutes and schools? Probably to pick up 1 or 2 children. So last visit I got 2 children here and a mother. And she was a better student in my camp.
Thank you.
And I have a small program running. We run our own village school is ours. It's my family management. So I have children who are coming there to learn. And she took Hindi class for my children. And my son took a Hindi class for some other batch of children. You can see all of them in the YouTube. That's what we do. We pick up children from different places, try to improve their knowledge, improve their general learning. Where do you get this information is everywhere where do you go you can get. Yesterday we went for a movie. We keep watching movies. So that's which is the most famous cinema theatres in Hyderabad? What do they call it? No, some other international brand. Yeah, somebody said that. Cine? All of you must have heard this 100 times in your life. Have you ever asked, what does it mean? I also did not ask. We also went many times to Cinepolis. But yesterday I got a spark, asked a question, why is it called Cinepolis? To be frank, I don't know, she also doesn't. What we do if you don't know? Earlier we used to do like this, now you do like this. That's only difference. Right? We Googled and then we had a fund. When we went for ticket, we wanted to know whether the person who is selling ticket knows whether she knows what cinema is. So we asked at the counter. She said, I don't know. Then we taught her. We said, yeah, this is. She had a wonderful smile. See, when you get knowledge, you smile, right? Yes or no? And we went to the lift, but we came back again. And said, are you really happy? I asked. Yeah, she said, I'm really happy. You must see her face. So that's knowledge. Where do you get? Anywhere you can get. any advertisement can give you. Yesterday somebody came after BTech. She has to appear in interview in ECIL. So she asked me, how do I prepare for that? I said, take old question paper. That's what everybody does, right? Yes or no? And you take 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade old question paper, prepare. BTech also people do that only. There is a book called the All-in-One. You don't have to read anything. Old question papers. And that's a normal practice. For fun only I told her to take old question paper. I know that in Department of Space we never provide old question paper. And no old question papers will work for interview. No old question papers will work for your entrance exam also. Because IIT conducts entrance exam, every year they do a lot of research on changing the question papers. The toughest questions in this world will never get repeated. Because once it gets repeated, it's not a tough question, right? So the toughest questions in the world will never get repeated. Your problems in life also will never get repeated. Because once you cross the problem in your life, it never becomes another problem, right? Yes or no? So I told her, but which department you are applying? ECIL. You don't know. I said, go and find out. In the application form itself, they will tell you what are the requirements. Go to the website, look at different departments there. She doesn't know what ECIL does. You are going to a hotel to eat, you must know what the hotel supplies, right? And you ask for that. And they may ask you, what do you want? Only what is there in the menu list, right? That is available today on online. So it took only 5 minutes for me to prepare her for the interview or for the test. I just don't go and look at the website, look at all the departments, find out which are all the applications which they are doing. That is what presently they are doing. And much more interesting is what they are going to do tomorrow we must know, right? For which you are being appointed. Where do you get this? I said look at the tender notice. That's the easiest one. Look at the tender notice. What are they buying for tomorrow? If they are buying very specific equipment, that means they are going to work in that field. This is what it is. So where do you get knowledge? Knowledge is this. Knowledge comes from the spark which you have in you. Isaac Newton did something. What is that he did? Okay? Is it from the knowledge which he has, he got a new knowledge? Yes. He has some knowledge. We keep saying, luckily he was not from Kerala. Otherwise, instead of apple, coconut would have been fallen on his head, he would have died there. Have you ever thought like this? No, no? That's what we think. Somebody asked me why Isaac Newton became famous. I said because he was not from Kerala. He said why? Because from Kerala, no apple will fall. No, there is no apple tree. What will fall? Either jackfruit or coconut. Both are very heavy. Punk, that will be the end of you. So you must think different. Why you can give answers to questions? Answer to question doesn't come from the heart, doesn't come from the manas, it doesn't come from your atma, it doesn't come from your brain. It comes from the combination of all this. And that's called intuition. Answer to any question is an intuition. Intuition is what is required for children. You have to be intuitive. You have to have good presence of mind. Where, what to do, when. And that is what is essential. Today, two wonderful dancers were dancing. Immediately asked the question. Did I?
Yeah.
Which dancer? The other day, when I was in Abu Dhabi, I was taken by somebody in a car. One dancer teacher was entering in my car, and she asked me. I was in the seat in the front. She was back, and I asked whether I should move my seat little bit so that you get sufficient space. So she said, "Do you have space there?" She asked to move that. I said, "I am from space department. What I have is only space." Right? Do you have space? They asked. No, I am not from space department, so I don't have space. Immediately she counted. Good presence of mind, right? Yes or no? Yeah. She's from Kerala. So I asked her, what space you have now? Can I enter in your space? If you have more space, I must enter in her space, right? Then she asked, so what is that space which you want? I said, I want the good space in you. What is good space? You know what is space in department? Space in Sanskrit means? Or what do you call space in Sanskrit? It's called the cum. What's it called? Cum. So what is good space? It's called su-cum. What is bad space? Du-cum. Very good. So I said, you have su-cum or du-cum? That's what I asked. See, a small change in the seat made into a learning of Sanskrit, right? Correct or not? How do you start interaction with someone? This is how you start interaction with someone. Then she became good friend of mine. Immediately she came there, asked me where are you from. Otherwise she will never ask where am I from. So I said I asked her back where are you from, because based on her only I will reflect. So she's from Thrissur. I said, yeah, I am from Thrissur. Whichever district they are, I am from that district. Where from Thrissur? I said, I am from Irigalapura. Said, my sister is in Irigalapura. I said, your sister is staying in my house only. Her sister is a tenant of mine. How did you know? I said, I know. She was telling that her sister is a dancer in Abu Dhabi, teaches dance. That's good enough, no? It's just a guess, so it works. But what you should have is, you should remember that those things when, no? When somebody comes to your house to pay the rent, you must know, ask few questions, no? I said she has 2 children. In the last week, her husband got a heart attack. All that information we collect. Why do we keep information and collect information? To use it. When to use what information where. That is most important. All of you have good information. Yes or no? That is why when you write exam soon after that, oh, I knew this, but it did not come to me at that point of time. Does it not happen? Yeah. Most of the children have problem. No time to finish writing examination. Yes or no? You must become fast, good enough, faster. Yesterday I learned something from Anushka. We were looking at YouTube presentations, you know.
Oh, you are not.
And there is an option in YouTube, you can change the speed of the... Do you know this? You can play it faster. So you can watch a 2 hours movie in 1 hour. Make it 2 times. Then we had great fun. Shankarabharanam song we were playing in 2.5, 3 times. And we were Harivarasanam by Yeshudas, we played very fast. And he was in a hurry to finish it and go ahead. And we played My Talk sometime. I generally speaks very fast. And you make it 2, it's finished. You know how fast forward happens, right? With the sound and the fast forward, the same style you can. And she watches like that only. Then she asked a question, why? How can you do that? Because you can process 150 words per minute in your ear, but I can speak only 20-30 words per minute in a year. Why God has given this capacity to your ear to absorb that much, pick it up and put it in your head, process it, understand what this person means. 150 words per minute, but we can speak only 20 to 30 words. Why? If it would have been reverse, nobody will follow anybody's word, right? Yes or no? See, what a creation. Which is the best creation in the world? We ourselves. Somebody said Taj Mahal is wonderful. No, your eyes are much more wonderful. That's why you are able to see that, right? Correct or not? This creation is the wonderful thing which we wanted. Appreciate it at least once. Our Janma is really good. We are the best creature in the world. But what are we doing? What are we doing with this? Are we really using it? That's a question. So once we start using, every moment it becomes a learning process. No other animal in this world can do this. Only human being. Every animal and human being, I don't know, last time also I must have told. Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maithunani Samani Chaitani Mundam Pashunam Nanam Naranam Adigo Vishesho Nane Bihina Pashubis Samana. If you don't have knowledge, you are equivalent to an animal. So every moment we should live like a human being. Being human. Social being social. But very difficult nowadays. Last time I went to a few schools, and one of the schools immediately they said this man is giving free program. Somebody else have come. There must be something in marketing behind that. So they have sent a circular to all the children. Don't keep contact with this number which is circulated. That it also happened in Hyderabad, I'm saying. So sometimes we feel upset not to do such things. Because once we do something free, have no value. Right? When we go to some schools and speak, we can say no that I wanted to pick up one child and then make the child an IAS. What is that you are doing here? Why are you doing it? No answer for this. But when we do, we don't know why are we doing it. Why are we doing it? Many people do many things for money, right? Why do we want money? To live. Luxurious life. What is luxury? Can you sleep in 5 bedrooms or 1 bedroom? Then why do you want 5 bedrooms? Are you so happy sleeping with your mother and father or a separate bedroom? Correct or not? How many kitchens you want? 1 bed or 5 beds? You become more luxurious, you will keep 10 beds and then sleep over that with a ladder on top of it. Right? Tell me. What is the cost of the rice which you eat? Maybe 40 rupees, 100 rupees, 200 rupees? Do you think the basmati rice you can eat every day morning till evening? You will get bored with that. So what is luxury in life? Yeah? What is luxury? What is satisfaction? I bless all my children never get satisfied in your life. I don't know whether it is a blessing or a curse. Is it a curse or a blessing? The time you get satisfied, you will never do anything in your life. Everybody wants only 3 things in life. You know what are the things? Make money. Everybody wants money. Why are the teachers working? Because there is an end of the month or the beginning of the month, they get some salary. Let it get stopped for, I remember when I did in Varora, salaries were not paid. All the teachers went into strike. I was so happy. There was a seminar hall, I put all the children there and started teaching. And all the teachers became my enemy. Right? I said it's not a classroom. You are not supposed to take class. That's only what in the rule says, right? When there is a strike, you are not supposed to take class. I am not taking class, I am taking seminar. What do I teach there? I teach every subject. I declare on this day electronics class. Every electronics student will come. Next day, computer science class. Every computer science student will come. Whatever I want to do. Why should I travel all the way from Malkajgiri to Bongil and then sit there idle, which I cannot do? So what do you want? Money? Yes, everybody wants money. Is there anybody who doesn't want money? Yes, you will see a lot of people who doesn't want money. A lot of people who doesn't want money. Then, what is politician's requirement? How do you get power? You have to become famous. The more number of people you know, not totally people should be not. No, you should be famous, but don't know that. That's what it is. There are 2 different things, right? You know Amitabh Bachchan, right? Very nice person. Have you ever met him directly and seen how he behaves to somebody else? I have seen. So arrogant sometimes. For no reason he gets angry. But there could be somebody else who is acting in movie like a villain. They may be very good also. But so you have a face which you go to Saudi Arabia when there was problem, Iraq war. Saudi Arabia in problem. most of the places from there was a TV fellow who was going and asking, name any person from India. Everybody knows only one person. Amitabh Bachchan. Most of the people know Amitabh Bachchan because they all watch Hindi movies. Okay? Amitabh Bachchan is very famous. Is he 100% happy? Is he 100% happy? What gives him satisfaction? If he is very good, 100% happy, why there should be a tug of war between Amitabh Bachchan and Shah Rukh Khan? You understood what I'm saying? Somebody has to become famous, but he has to continue to be famous. The time he goes down, finished, his tension starts. Now you see most of the posters in Hyderabad, there is only one poster. One person will be in posters, right? Who is that? Yeah, before that, only Chandrababu Naidu. Now Chandrababu Naidu is driving, whenever he sees some poster there, his BP will go up, right? Yes or no? Naturally it happens. Every newspaper, you know, the chief minister will tell the PRO, don't put anybody's picture in the front page. If the home minister's picture, revenue minister's picture, health minister's picture, education minister's picture come in the front page and the chief minister's picture in the next page, finished. That minister will be out of the ministry. You can come in the second page but not in the first page. Fame. What is the people want? Fame. It's very easy to become famous, but very difficult to retain fame. It's very easy to make money, but very difficult to maintain money. Right? It's very easy to get knowledge, but very difficult to maintain knowledge. You got 10th grade, first class, A plus in all subjects, 100 out of 100 in everything. But do you think you will continue to be 100 out of 100? No. Once you get 100 out of 100, your parents will be so happy. But you go to 11th grade and then perform 70% finished. Correct? So all lower class children should get only pass mark. 8th grade you aim for 60% only. 9th grade aim for that you can decide. You understood? 10th standard you fail. So that when you get into 11th and 12th, somehow you pass, your parents will be so happy, you know. The teachers will let you improve. Correct or not? Now your parents should get a feel you will never get admission in BTech. And you get an admission. They will start distributing chocolates. Correct or not? But assume you become 100 out of 100 in plus 1, plus 2 and all that and you don't get an admission in BTech. I know one parent in Hyderabad who was running a very good hotel in Amirpet committed suicide because his son failed in chemistry exam. He couldn't hold. Imagine. The parents become so depressed. It happens. Why? Because expectations are higher. Right? So there are three things which I said now. One is fame, one is money, third one is knowledge. Retaining is very difficult. These are the only three requirements in life. But all these underlying factors, I told you the girl in the Cinepolis was happy when she got knowledge. Chandrababu Naidu is unhappy when he sees pictures. Right? Teachers are happy when they get salary. I gave 3 examples, right? Is it true? So what are the 3 things? You know, based on this, people are categorized. Traditionally in Bharat, Vedanta go Brahmanaha. Those who feel happy when they get knowledge are called the Brahmins. Kshatriyo Vijayi Bhavet. Whenever you want to become famous, you want to be in power, position, they are called a Kshatriya. Vaishyo Dhana Samardhana. Vaishyas are who want money. And who is the other person who want to be just happy? Shudra. What do they do? No bank balance, no picture in the newspaper, and no knowledge at all to them. They work in the field. Ask them, tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Today. That's it. Today they get salary. What do they do in the evening? Enjoy. What's enjoyment? Drink, beat the wife, let her cry, she's happy. And one day she doesn't get beating, she will start crying. Why are you not beating me? What happened to you? Where are you? The energy has gone. And they force them to drink. Have you seen? And they really enjoy. Who is happy? Chandrababu Naidu is enjoying, or those people are enjoying? Correct or not? The teachers are enjoying? Not at all. So the enjoyment is entirely different. What do you get? So do you want to enjoy? Yes. Take spirit, one pack in the evening. So happy, forget everything. The only method to enjoy is change your biochemistry in your body. That's full of biology. Change your biochemistry in your body, right? There is another method. Add spirit plus then little bit of religion inside that, practice of rituals inside that becomes spirituality. Got it? Spirituality gives you happiness. What is spirituality? Do you want money? Okay, give me. Do you require money? No. Will you take money? Yes. Are you getting confused? Do you want to be in power and position? Yes. Do you hunger for power? No. If power is not there, okay. You understood the difference? You like to have chai? Fine. Do you take tea? Okay. Do you want tea? No. Will you take tea when I give? Yes. Now, do you want tea? No. You understood the difference? If it is there, fine. If it is not there also, fine. Those people are called spiritual people. Is it a must? No. Will you take it? Yes. There are a lot of people, if you get first rank, happy. If you don't get, cry. No. Not do that. If you don't get also, no problem. Assume you have such a mood, such a mind, don't you think you will perform much better than what you are today? Why are you not able to perform? Because you have stress, tension. That's the only problem. You don't have courage and guts. Why? Because you have fear of failure. Who doesn't have a fear of failure? Spiritually you grow higher, you will have no failure fear. Why am I doing this? I am doing it because if I get one student, I am happy. If I don't get, no problem. Where is my one student? There is one student. One student is enough. Yeah, one student is enough. Ramakrishna had only one student. Who was that? Vivekananda. Because of Vivekananda, Ramakrishna became famous. Because of Anusha, I am called here today. Correct, Manoj? That's true, no? Yes. Now, MIT people, she is at MIT. You know what is MIT? Yeah? Do you want to know the master's program in one of the best colleges in Hyderabad? What is the fee? 20,000 rupees. That's it. Do you want to know what MS program in MIT where Anusha is studying? What is the fees? 2 crores. You study for a program, or 2 years program, 2 years or 2.5 years?
3 years.
3 years program. 3 years program, the fees is 2 crores. 2 years to live in America, you will have to have another 1 year, 1 crore per year. So the whole expenditure will become, how many of you can afford going there, or how many of your parents will send? If at all they send you for 5 crores, what will be the tension of your parents when you fail there? I get a lot of emails. I failed in this paper. Now I have 2 pressure. One, exam pressure, then parents pressure, right? When they invest more money in you, the pressure will be more. There are a lot of children from Hyderabad whom I know sometimes when they go to US and then telephone and tell me, sir, I want to commit suicide. A very good place. America is the best place to commit suicide. Because your picture will come in the front page. If in Hyderabad, it will come in the 7th page. Why? I failed in exam. Wonderful, yeah? When you fail in exam, you can revise it again, right? Yes or no? Sir, my problem is my parents are torturing me. Because they have spent money on it. Assume somebody gets a full fee reimbursement when you get all the awards which you can get, which Anusha got, would get all the 2 crores back. But she didn't get it. Why? Because she got a full fellowship before the program. How much time you have to invest to get into a real learning process? It's only a spark which you decide, yes, I must learn, the decision should come. That's it. And coming the decision, I told you, earning money, becoming famous, all that is easier, but retaining is very difficult, right? Yeah, I want to study, all of you will feel. But next day you feel, correct or not? How do you retain it? How do you know how the politicians will retain their spirit? You must go and watch KCR's house. Go. Get an appointment. As you enter, you will see KCR's picture. Big picture. 5 times bigger than him. So when you look at him, yeah, I am great. So what you should do in your house? Print a big flux. Okay? Correct or not? Now, how many of you are in 10th grade? Yeah. What you should do is print a big flux with your picture there. Stage first rank. Is it state syllabus or CBSE? Yeah, CBSE first rank. Goes to put your name there, put a big flux. Everybody will see that. Don't you have pressure from that time onwards? Yes or no? So you pose yourself in a higher grade so that you cannot get rid of it. You understood? Nobody should pressure. There is a pressure from parents. It will not make you happy. It will not give you full pressure. It should be from you. So your aspiration should raise. Your requirement should raise. You must raise yourself to the higher level. That's what is required. Today I was driving and she joined me. She said 10:47 is the time which the Google lady shows. When I was becoming 10:49, you are driving slow, 2 minutes less. Drive fast, there is somebody else monitoring you all the moment. When somebody else monitors, you have pressure. So who is monitoring you? Maximum. Change from parents to yourself. You understood what I am saying? You are doing it for parents, you are doing it for teachers. No, don't do it for somebody else. Do it for yourself, and that becomes the best spiriting. And that is called niyama in Sanskrit. What's it called? Niyama. Niyama is self-discipline. You decide yourself that you are going to do this. For which you want to become, for why are you doing, it should be an internal motive. What is the internal motive? I am doing it because I want to earn money. Just money is not enough. Then you want to become famous. Then you want to become, because you have a head, you want to learn and then happy. You have a chest, therefore you want to become strong and powerful. And you have a belly, therefore you should become rich. You must earn money. And then you must become happy so that you can jump and walk and everything what you can do, that's your life. So where is Shudra's place? Kerala? Got it? Where is Vaishya's place? Madhya Pradesh? And where is Kshatriya's place? Punjab. All the war happened there only. Look at the history. Most of the wars happened because of power in India there. Right? Mahabharata also happened there only. Where? Kurukshetra, Haryana, the chest part. And then Uttar Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir people. They are all very good. The shape of the India is also like that. Correct or not? Shape of India is Bharat Mata standing, the poster you can see. That's India. So we belongs to all this. So what do you want? I want money. Why are you studying? I want money. Not in terms of money, but in terms of fellowship which you get 2 crores which you don't have to spend. So tell your papa, don't worry, I'll get fellowship. The whole life I must not have earned what my kids are earning today. My 50 years, I did not earn 50 years. 25 years I earned in government. My wife also worked in government. Together 50 years a person could earn in government. That much is not good enough to sustain my 2 children's education. But they are earning much more than what I am earning today. That's enough, good enough. Got it? So what do? Earn as much as your parents could earn in the whole life in 2 years or 3 years. Show them I can make a lot of money. Don't worry. Don't take tension. Then fame. You have to become famous. Becoming famous, knowing everybody around the world is not what is famous. At least few of them, they keep you in their heart. That's fame. How many of such people are there in you? How many of those people keep you in their heart? That's more important. You understood? Otherwise you can be famous for no use. They will never be of any use to you. Once you are in power, people will be beside you. Once somebody else comes in power, others will be beside them. That's only a superficial fame. No, that's not required. You must become famous where there are a lot of people who will support me all throughout my life. They will do anything for me. Will you be able to get such few people inside you? Will you be able to reach into somebody like that? That is good enough. Fine? That's fame. Then, happy knowledge. And what is the prayer which you have to chant for this in the morning? Karagri. What is this? What is this? Money. Right or not? Don't you say this is money? Give me money. Everybody knows, give me this. Means, what does that mean? Money. Where does this money? Karagre Vasate Lakshmi. What is Lakshmi? Money. Goddess of money. Who is her husband? What is her job? Action. Wherever action is there, money will be there. Wherever money is there, you can create actions. Karagre Vasate Lakshmi. Karamadye Saraswati. Where is your education? Don't tell teachers are bad, books are bad. No. Who is bad? You are bad. I am useless. I am not useless. I am useless. So who has to use you? You have to use it. That's it. Your brain is good, but you are not using it. Brain is like a rubber band. The more time you use it, elasticity increases. If you don't use it and keep it, start stretching sometime, it will break fast. Not break fast. It will break fast. So create your own interest in life. Stretch it as much as you can. Therefore you get a lot of knowledge. And knowledge is Saraswati. Her husband is Brahma. Brahma will make you creative, good presence of mind. And then you get a good job. You can earn a lot of money. And then Karamule Stita Gauri. You will become strong. In what? Strong in terms of knowledge, strong in terms of power and position, strong in terms of finance which you have, and then you can peacefully sleep. And that peace is Shudra. Shiva is not as handsome as other gods, right? Yes or no? And he also acted many times of Shudras. Where he lives, not in a gigantic house, palace like Krishna lived. No ornaments all around. So what is Shiva's posture? Shudra's posture. You don't see great ornaments like Vishnu for Shiva, right? He lives in a, Shudra. So who is happier there? Shiva sleeps very peacefully. And who has more energy? His wife is the synonym for energy, Shakti. Got it? So who has got more energy? Not the knowledgeable person, not the powerful person, but not the richest. Who has got more energy? Shudras have more energy. So who do you want to be in your life? I want to be a Shudra, I want to be a Kshatriya, I want to be a Brahman, and I want to be a Vaishya. So get a lot of knowledge, be as powerful as you can in your life, earn as much as you can in your life, but don't forget to become happy. Now I have a lot of things to study. Don't say like this. I have a lot of things to study. You understand the difference? What do you say? Today morning she was contacting me and said, we will meet you some place. No, I have one more exam to write. Did you write that? Finished? Yeah. Finished the exam in the morning. Online you can write exams. So
I wrote it in the cab.
yeah. While traveling from home to, in a cab she writes. Attending office meeting in the cab. Only travel together, right? She was attending the office.
Yeah, we travel.
What do? You waste a lot of time in between. Life has to be 24 hours for everybody, for you and for whom? Prime Minister of India also same time. Who is working more? Who is more energetic? Who is more younger? You. But why are you not working as Modi is working? I keep asking a question. Modi goes abroad many places and there are a lot of complaints against him. I keep asking one question. When somebody travels from Gulf to this place, 3 hours or 2 hours travel, after that they take 1 day rest saying that we had jet lag. Heard this word, right? If Modi had jet lag, after every travel he sleeps for 3 days. Is it possible for a Prime Minister? I met Chandrababu Naidu in 2002 October. For a program I was arranging in the Necklace Road. I wanted that venue, where he allotted that venue to somebody else. Going to any other minister will not work. We have to go to the Brahma only. So I went to him, asked for an appointment with his secretary. He said 2:45 a.m. If a chief minister has to give appointment 2:45 a.m., either he must be sleeping after that, or he would have waken up at 2:30, right? What are you doing those times? So if you want to become chief minister of Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, what you should do? Wake up at 2:30 from today onwards. Start preparing for your exam. This has to be a daily habit, I tell you. Don't wait for anyone to call you. Don't wait for anybody to motivate you. Don't wait for anybody to make you good. Nobody can make anybody good in this world. Only one spark. Look at somebody and say, oh, this is how I want to become. That's it. Right? There has to be a role model for you. Thinking that, okay, looking at him, I want to be like him. That's it. Monali started teaching Hindi, but after that the students started asking me to teach Hindi. I don't know Hindi, how do I teach Hindi? So what do? I learn Hindi first and then teach, no? That's it. Very simple, no? If you don't know what you should do, learn. Who stops you? Are you ready for learning anything in this world? Then you become successful. You think that with this knowledge I want to get some job. Wonderful. That's also very good. You can also live like that. You must decide what life you want. So you have an example student here who will tell you what the method to use, how to use, what to do and all that. Okay? So I think it's good enough for me to... If you have some questions, probably if she can't answer, then there is nothing which she cannot answer. I don't think there is nothing which you don't know you can derive from yourself. Okay? We don't teach. What do? We equip yourself to get answers from yours. That's it. That's what is to be done in teaching. That's what I did. So thank you. I know I spoke much longer than what is expected.
But more is expected, sir.
More is expected.
I request you to.
ప్రజల గౌరవనీయులు మన హై స్కూల్ ప్రిన్సిపాల్ గారు అయినటువంటి బాలకృష్ణ గారు, ఈనాటి కార్యక్రమానికి ముఖ్య అతిథి పెద్దలు గౌరవనీయులు బహుముఖ ప్రజ్ఞాశాలి శశికుమార్ గారు, అలాగే కుమారి దుర్గా అనుష గారు, మన స్కూల్ యాజమాన్య ప్రతినిధులైనటువంటి నరసింహారెడ్డి గారు, శ్రీమతి నరసింహారెడ్డి గారు, అధ్యాపకులు, విద్యార్థులు అందరూ కూడా స్వాగత సుమాంజలి తెలియజేస్తూ, మానవుడికి సర్వతో ముఖాభివృద్ధి చెందాలంటే కేవలం విద్య ద్వారా మాత్రమే. మరి మన పెద్దలు పూర్వ రాష్ట్రపతి గారు అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారు కళలు కనండి, వాటి సాకారానికి ఇష్టపడి చదువుకోండి అన్న దానికి నిదర్శనంగా ఇష్టపడి చదువుకొని ఒక జీవితంలో ఒక శిఖరాలకు చేరుకున్న దానికి నిదర్శనంగా మన అనుష గారు. ఆవిడ మీరందరూ కూడా ఇష్టపడి చదువుకుంటే మన నిర్దిష్ట లక్ష్యాలు చేరుకుంటానికి నిదర్శనంగా మన అనుష గారు. కాబట్టి మీరందరూ కూడా స్వామి వివేకానంద, అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారు, సర్వపల్లి రాధాకృష్ణ గారు, అలాగే సుందర పిచ్చయ్య గారు, సత్యనారాయణ లాంటి మహనీయుల్ని, అలాగే మన శశికుమార్ గారు లాంటి వాళ్ళందరినీ కూడా ఆదర్శంగా తీసుకొని ఒక విలువలతో కూడినటువంటి జీవితాన్ని విద్యను అందుకొని గుణాత్మకమైనటువంటి క్వాలిటీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ విత్ వాల్యూస్ తో మీరు విద్యను అభ్యసించి జీవితంలో ఉన్నత శిఖరాలకు చేరుకొని ఈ దేశాభివృద్ధిలో పాలు పంచుకోవాలి. ఇలాంటి కార్యక్రమాల్లో విద్యార్థులు ఏదైతే ప్రశ్నించే తత్వం అలవర్చుకుంటారో దానివల్ల మీరు ఒక ఉత్తమ విద్యార్థి లక్షణమే ప్రశ్నించే లక్షణం. కాబట్టి ఆ విధంగా మీరు అందరూ కూడా ముందుకు వచ్చినందుకు మీరు అందరూ కూడా అభినందనలు తెలియజేస్తూ, మరి మీరందరూ కూడా మరొకసారి ఇలాంటి కార్యక్రమానికి ఇచ్చి మనందరూ కూడా ఒక మంచి ఉత్తేజకమైనటువంటి సందేశాన్ని అందించిన శశికుమార్ గారికి, అలాగే ఇలాంటి కార్యక్రమాన్ని ఏర్పాటు చేసినటువంటి స్కూల్ యాజమాన్యానికి కూడా అభినందనలు తెలియజేస్తూ మరొకసారి మీ అందరూ కూడా శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియజేస్తూ జై హింద్.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing our children. Now, I request Sir and Anusha both to come and take the seat. I'd like to request correspondent sir, advisor ma'am, along with our principal ma'am, to felicitate Anusha and sir for making it possible for us. Since last time sir visited our school, already many children remember you sir. Again they were discussing. Now finally they got a chance to open up their heart and ask the question. And this is a small token of love from Vidyangeli family. Put your hands together, children. We really thank bottom of our heart to both of you for making it possible.
Join this side. This side, all of you. Please clap for all of them.
A small closer applause for Mr. Ramaswamy as well.
I think she needs a great applause. I am here because of her.
Otherwise, before 12:40, 5 minutes before onwards, they will know. But children, do you know what is the time now? Yes, just 1 hour left for you to disperse from your school. So all of you thank these two guests who have come here with a big round of applause. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hope to see you, sir, at least once in a year. Wish to see you in our school.
All of you should clap
For the management and the principal and the team of teachers who work with us. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Children, you can disperse from the back gate. Have your lunch.
Ago this person has come and we have one invitee among us. How much ever I say about him, it will be less. He cannot be expressed. That aura of the personality or that person cannot be expressed in terms of vocabulary or words. He is beyond words. And friends, I will tell you one more thing about him. He is the person who has left his lucrative jobs in different capacities to pursue his passion. His passion is to educate or create interest of learning among individuals. He has, by far, he has trained or mentored almost 800,000 students, 800,000 students and 500, more than 500,000 individuals, professionals in every walk of life. Hearty welcome to you, sir. He is none other than famous scientist, author, writer, what else I could say? DrTPS Sasikumar, TP Sasikumar, and along with, welcome you, sir. And along with him, we have wonderful girl, a small girl. Just now you had seen, I said Anusha said something. Already name I had revealed. There is nothing suspense about it. But let me tell you her achievement about you. She is the one and the first ever Indian to bag all the prizes in MIT. MIT is Massachusetts Institute of Technology at Boston, and the famous university or famous institute, premier institute, where people long for going there. Usually people find it very difficult to crack it, and she had bagged 3 years of course she has completed within 1 year, and all the 45 papers she has presented, she has scored Facebook, I think, about it. Hearty welcome to you, Anusha, as well. And you are the inspirations, motivations for today our children. And as usual, our children are very lucky to find you again after 2 years, sir. And they are all eager. The present batch who is now 10th. I know. These are all. I had an opportunity to attend his camp, Gyanam camp at Naduvil, his hometown, and those are the photographs, slideshow what we have prepared. So then it was in month of October, 2nd October, Danotsav. In that Vidyarambham camp, these are the camp we were in a trip. All these we enjoyed. Starting from arm listening to how to cook, what to do, how to staple a paper, even I learned there. That was the first basic lesson. As I got out from the train, that was the first lesson I got. So jokes apart, and I would like to, our kids, our children are all set. Last time, whatever you said, I think hopefully they have remembered. I can't vouch completely, but still, I guess they have remembered and they will act upon it. They are all ready with pen and paper this time. Last time, nostalgic moment, sir. You came 22nd of February 2015, you came. That was the scenario. That was in audio-visual room. Now this is the larger, because gathering is large, we made it little bit larger. The hall we have arranged over here. And once again, warm welcome to both of you. I wish to address the gathering. Even Ramaswamy sir.
ಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ನೀ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯದ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ. ಗೆಜ್ಜೆ ಕಾಲ್ಗಳ ಧ್ವನಿಯ ತೋರ